Every college has, even VIT has logarithms. I think so.
Yeah. So now we are live. We are live. Let's start.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
So now we have to make a flow chart for a problem which I am stating. So we will look at a flow chart to calculate the sum of first 50 natural numbers. To calculate the sum of first 50 natural of first 50. This question can very easily be converted into calculate the sum of first n natural numbers when n where n will be a number which will be given by the user, and that n can be any number. User can enter anything. He can enter 10,000, 1 lakh, 100. So that is a different problem that we will discuss later on. But now we have uh, 50 numbers. Like first 50 numbers means first 50 natural numbers. Like 1 to 50. So first let us write the steps as a good practice. What all we will be doing. So here we don't need any input because we already know first 50 numbers, first 50 natural numbers, we already know it. So no need to take any input from the user. We have to initialize variables. So we will initialize variables. We will declare variables. So I am taking capital N is equal to 1 because this is the one which will keep on iterating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 50. And initially, or yeah, sum is 0. Initially, sum variable because initially sum should be 0. Every time it should increase. Now what I have to do, the logic part. The logic part is something like this. First, I will calculate the sum. So I will say sum is equal to sum plus or sum plus n, and I will increment the n. N is equal to n plus. And before that, I have to check. Before all these two steps, I have to check. Before these two steps, I have to check. What I have to check? That capital N should be less than or equal to 50. If capital N is less than or equal to 50. If this condition is true, then only I will calculate the sum. Sum is equal to sum plus n. isn't it? N is equal to n plus. Otherwise, or no other. Step 3. Once this loop logic is done, I will straight away print the sum. I will print the sum. And here in the bracket, I can write loop until n is less than or equal to 50. So let me do a correction. Instead of if, I will write loop until, because there is a difference now. Here I have to add a loop, not the if, because these small things are very important. So here I have to loop until n is equal to 50. And once n becomes 50 or n becomes 51, I will be out of the. Now let us convert this logic into the flow chart. Then we will verify. We will be convinced that okay, whatever flow chart we have made, that will give us the desired result. So for flow chart, we know that first we need a start. Then we need to initialize the variables. N is equal to 1. Sum is equal to 0. And all the initialization we have to do it in the rectangular, because initialization is also a part of a logic process. Isn't it? Now what we have to do is check for the condition. For that we need a diamond. N less than or equal to 50. This is the condition. If this condition is true, if this condition is true, then I will perform some set of actions, and those set of actions will be, I will write sum is equal to sum plus n, and I will increment the n. That's this I have to do. Then what I have to do is, after that I have to just print the result. and then the program will be, the flowchart will be terminated. That is the end. So this is the flowchart, and let me introduce arrows. So I will start. N is equal to 1, sum is equal to 0. I will check whether n is less than or equal to 50. This is true because n is 1. This statement is true. So what I will do is that I will go to this logic. And once again, I will check after processing, after executing these two steps. Once again, I will check whether the n is less than or equal to 50. And I will keep on iterating. And once this condition becomes false, I will get outside the loop. I will print the sum and I will end the flowchart. So this is the flowchart to print first 50 natural numbers. Now let us verify this. Let us verify that it is right. Yeah.
Will we be doing like a practical, not like a practical, because I've got lab exam
That
and
we will
yeah.
discuss later.
Okay.
See, right now, so this flowchart and all, you might be asked in the theory exam.
Yeah, theory also it's coming now. My doubt is like now you're writing true and false, right? If it's true, but over there, I'm not sure if you can actually like true false. I'm like the practical.
That we learned that, see, the idea is that we are evolving in the sense that now we are learning the logic building. Now exactly how to convert this flowchart into a program, that will very soon we will start learning it, because that is our ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal is to solve problems programmatically, but the right way is whatever problem we have, first we have to convert it into a flowchart, and then we have to convert that flowchart into a program. And we can convert it into any program. We can convert it into a C program, C++, Java, Python. It is language independent. So now this is clear. Now we will be testing it, like how it is working. So the idea is very simple, that okay, n we have 1, then sum we have 0. Now what will happen is that sum is equal to sum plus n. So sum will become 1 and n will become 2. Now n is less than 50, then sum will become sum plus n. So sum is 1, n is 2. So sum will become 1 plus 2, that is 3. Or I will write, 3. Or for understanding, I will write 1 plus 2. Like initially sum was 1 plus n, so plus 2. And n will now become n is equal to n plus 1, n will become 3. Now once again I will check the condition. N is less than or equal to 50, it is true. Once again it will get inside it. Now sum is equal to sum plus n. So the current value of sum is 1 plus 2, and in that n will be added, 3 will be added. And n is equal to n plus 1, and n will become 4. And once again 4 is less than 50, so it will, sum is equal to sum plus n. So 4 and n will become 5, and so on. It will keep on doing until 50. When the n will become 51, then this condition will become false. I will come outside this condition, false. Then I will print the sum. So what will be printed? The value of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 to 50. It will get printed. That is what I want. Sum of first 50 numbers. That I will get. So this is how this program will work. Now, this question can be modified a bit in such a way that they might ask you to get a number from the user and print the sum accordingly. So only one change you have to do, like a few changes you have to do in the program that I will highlight here. So when you start, you have to take an input. You have to take an input. So you can call it any variable you can give. I like capital I you can give. So input capital I or read number capital I. So this capital I will be the number of terms. So instead of 50, I have to use capital I. So in this here you have to use capital I. That's it. So just two changes you have to do. First, get this capital I input I, then iterate until capital I. N is less than or equal to capital. Everything will be same. Then that will be the flow chart to calculate the sum of first and natural numbers, where n is the number given by the user. Now we will look at some complex problems. Now we will discuss, because these were relatively easy problems, but now I have some interesting problem. Let us discuss that. I have to draw the flow chart. To find the largest price among 100 values. So we have been given 100 values. So we have to read 100 values. We have to read 100 values. And based on those 100 values, we have to find the largest price, largest number, and we have to reduce it by 10%. And once we find the largest price, largest value, we have to reduce it by 10% and print it. And reduce it by 10%. So it's a very interesting problem. So let us first look at step by step what we will be doing. So definitely the step one will be to read the numbers. So read, and how many numbers we have to read? 100. So read 100 prices. So first we will read 100 prices. Once we get that 100 prices, we have to find the largest. And how we will do that? Let us see. We will assign a variable called max is equal to -1. Like I have a variable max. It will be holding the largest number. Initially, I am considering it to be the -1. -1. Let us suppose -1 be the largest number in the beginning. Or let us first number be the largest. So max is equal to first, which we have read. Max is the first one, first price. Then step 3. In step 3, what we will do, we will iterate. Iterate or loop, both are same. Iterate over all the prices. Iterate over all the prices. And there I will check. What I will check? If the price, while iterating, I will compare all the like one price with the max. If price is greater than max, if it is so, then max I have to update. If it is so, then what I will say that, then I will say that max will be the current price. That's it. And once complete iteration is done, I will get the largest number. Then step 4. Whatever max price I got, I have to reduce it by 10%. Reduce largest price by 10%. So for that, what we will be doing? We will be writing, where is the largest price? It is in the max variable. Max is equal to reduce by, so max minus 10% of max. So whatever is the value of the max, we have to reduce it by 10%. So whatever 10% of max I have to subtract it with the original maximum value. And then I will print the result. I will print this result. Now let us cross-check this logic. Flowchart, so anyhow we will make it. No big deal in that, because now that we are aware of the syntax, very easily we can make it. But let us get convinced that this logic is working. So instead of 100, let us take 10 numbers for understanding the logic, what we are doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let us take 11 numbers. So we have 11 numbers and we have to find the largest of that. And let us have some random numbers to make the problem interesting. Let us have some random. Okay, please you tell. You give me numbers, I will write it random. And any numbers you will give. Then we will see one magic that this algorithm which we have written, it will give us the what you say that largest number. Yeah. So please give me any numbers. Like 11 numbers we have to take. Any random 11.
So can they be two-digit numbers?
Yeah, 2 digit, 3 digit, any number they can.
Okay, so first, can you write 50?
Okay.
So 125. So then 230.
Hmm.
400.
And it need not to be sorted. It can
Okay,
be
okay.
any order.
So 75.
Can it be negative?
Yeah, negative also.
But the price will never be negative, right?
Yeah, price will work. So let us keep it positive.
Uh,
Like this algorithm will work for negative numbers also, but yeah, here let us keep it positive.
yeah.
A few more numbers.
Should I like say?
Yeah, please.
Okay. 50. Wait, 50 is already there. 77, 16, 14, 99, 89,
18. Okay. Okay. Now see how the algorithm works is that very interesting working max will be 50, isn't it? Like the first price will be the max initially. The first price is this 50. Now what I have to do, I have to iterate over all the prices one at a time and check if the current price is greater than max. So let me iterate over. So I will be here. So is 50 greater than 50? No. So 50 is equal to 50. So it has to be greater. The condition is price should be greater than max. So the current price is 50. 50 is not greater than max. Nothing will happen. I will move forward. Next type, like next element. I will check. Here I can see that, oh, 125 is greater than max. The condition is true. When the condition is true, I will update the max with the price. So what max will become? Max will become 120. So now the current value of max is 120. Okay. Now what I will do, I will go to the next element. Because I have to iterate now all the elements one by one. And once again, I will see the current price 230 is greater than 125. So max will update. Max has to update now because max is holding the maximum value. I can see, oh, 230 I got and 230 is so larger than 125. So how 125 can be max? If I got 230, it has to be the max. So I will overwrite it. So max will become 230. Then once again, I will check. I will go to the next element. 400. Oh, the 400 to it's so large as compared to 230. So max has to get updated because if the current price is better than the max, max will be updated with the current price. So no, in no way max can be 230. Max has to be 400. Now I will go to the next element. Now next element is 75. So the 75 is very small. So I can ignore it because it is nowhere close to max. So it is never greater than max. If the price is less than max, I'm happy that whatever max I have chosen, it is the right one. So we will ignore that. We will move forward. 30. 30 is less than max. We can move forward. 77 less than max. We can move forward. 16 less than max. 14, 8, 99, 89. All these numbers are less than. So ultimately, after this iteration, the max variable will be holding the maximum value. And this algorithm is so interesting. It will work for any number. Like you have billions of numbers, millions of numbers. This algorithm will work perfectly. Once we run this algorithm, at the last, in the max variable, we will be having the largest number. So this max variable is storing the largest number. And then we have to just reduce it by 10% and print its value. That we do. So this algorithm works fine. And this is how it is done. Now, one more very interesting concept you should know. That is the concept of array. Now, what is this array and all? Let us try to understand this with a need. And what is the need? The need is to store 100 variables. I know that I can store a data in one variable. So one variable can store only one number at a time, isn't it? Like if I have a variable called capital I can store any number in it. This number can be big number, small number, 3-digit number, 5-digit number, anything it can be negative number, but only one number at a time I can store. But if I have to store two numbers, I can't do like this. You will get error. It's not possible because one variable is representing one container, one memory block, and one memory block will be containing only one number. So you will say that, okay, it's fine. Okay, we are convinced that one variable can store only one data. Then I have to store 100 number. I will define 100 variables. That is logically right. You can define 100 variables and those every variable will store one data. So if I have to store 100 prices, 100 variables I will make like P1, P2, P3. So I can make variables like P1, P2, P3. Wherein P1 will be storing the first price, P2 will be storing the second price, P3 will be storing the third price, P4, and so on. So 100 variables I made. Every variable will be storing the corresponding price. Okay, that is fine. But what is the problem? The problem is to remember 100 names. It's so awkward to remember 100 names because every variable has a name. And what if I have 1,000 variables? I cannot write P1000 like P1, P2, P3. I will get so tired. It will be so rubbish to write all this. Like P1 is equal to this, P2 is equal to this, P3 is equal to. There should be a smart way to handle this. There should be a smart way to do this. And array is the smart way. Now, what is this array? Let us understand. So for multiple memory allocation, there is a concept wherein we give index to all the memory block and the index always starts from 0. So the idea is that once again I'm telling you, let us suppose I want to store 100 numbers. Instead of creating a normal variable, I will create an array. So P is the name of the array, like it's a variable, and the size of the array. So this P100, what it is telling is that P is a special type of a variable which can hold 100 numbers. This P100. So P is an array, like it's a special kind of a variable which can hold 100 numbers. So indexing starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Now my requirement is that I want to get the third number. So I will do p square bracket 2. Why 2? Because indexing is starting from 0. So p2 represents the third number. So now I have named all the variables, and how I have named it p0, p1 like this. Like name of the array followed by the index. It has become so easy for me because I just have to remember one name, and that is the name of the array. That's it. I have to just remember one name. And with the indexing, I know that indexing always it will start from 0. So with the corresponding correct index, I can access any element, like 100 element I have, I can fetch the value of any element I want. That is possible. That is possible with this array. So this is the idea of array. So in array, what if we have to store multiple numbers at a time, we make use of the square bracket. So variable name along with the square bracket, it says that it's an array of size 100. It means that it can store 100 elements. 100 blocks will be created, indexing 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 100. And every block can be filled, can be accessed by the index, like variable name, square bracket index. In this way, every block can be accessed. And I can make it. Now, based on this, let us make the flowchart. Now, whatever discussion we did, according to that, let us make the flowchart. Now, see, here what I have to do is, I have to first get 100 prizes. Let me delete all. Let us make everything fresh. So first we have to read the number. So you can say that input prices. What it is representing is that prices 100 represents an array which can hold 100 numbers, and name of the array is prices. So we are creating an array which can hold 100 numbers, and we are inputting 100 numbers. That's fine. Then what we have to do, once I got the 100 number, step 2 is I have to initialize max is equal to first price. So max is a variable, and first price will be prices 0. It will be prices 0 because we have already seen indexing starts from 0. So if I want to get the first element of the array, name of the array square bracket 0. It represents the first element of the array. So I am initializing max. I am assuming that let the first element or the first price be the maximum. Then I have to iterate. For iterate, I will be using a loop. So this loop I have to run 100 times. So I less than 100. And here I will initialize I is equal to 0. So 0 to 99. So I will check for I like until I is like less than 100, condition will be true. I will get inside the loop, and once I will get inside the loop, I will perform some logic. And what I will perform logic, I will compare the prices. How I will compare is okay. So inside the loop, once again I will check one condition. Once I get the loop, one more condition I have. And what is that condition? I will check if the prices I is that ith price in the array, that is it greater than max. If it is greater than max, then to definitely I have to update the max. Then to definitely I have to update the max. If condition is true, I will update the isn't it? So max is equal to prices. Otherwise, I will do nothing. I will just keep on iterating. And once iteration is done, once all the iteration is done, then I have to reduce the price by 80%. 10%. 10. Max is equal to max minus 10% of max. Now this 10% of max, you can write it like this. What is 10%? 0.1 into max. I will update the max. Then I will print the max. That's it. And we are done. Let us complete it with the arrows. So first we will start. We will get 100 numbers. We will initialize I is equal to 0. Max is equal to first price. Then we will look into a condition. If I is less than 100, I will get inside the loop. Inside the loop, I will check if is the price I is greater than max. If it is so, yes, I will update it. If it is not, then I will from here I will go to here. So once again, and after updation, once again I will go to because loop I am doing now. So until the condition is true, yeah.
I'm confused with the 100 part. Like price is the max value here is 400, right? Or
That is one example, general example. It's
okay,
a
but
general code. Yeah, please. Yeah,
Oh,
tell.
I
Yeah.
actually got
400.
confused in the middle. Yeah, so the price should be 100 is the maximum price.
No. 100 here is the, we have to read 100 prices,
Values and then
100 values. So, so,
okay,
so, so we have to run the loop 100 times. Now, why 100 times? Because every price we have to visit and check whether it is greater than max or not.
okay.
So loop we have to run 100 times. Every time in the loop, we are checking whether the current price is greater than max or not. And accordingly, we are performing that.
Okay, got it.
Then once we outside the loop, once we get outside the loop, I will reduce the max by 10%, print the max, and I will get the end of the loop. And,
Excuse me, sir.
oh, 1 minute. Yeah, I will take it out. Just a minute. So here, this process condition is true. The condition is false. Yeah, now please tell.
Sir, in this question, in step number 3, sir, the if statement is checking each price like separately.
Separately. Yeah.
Sir, so when we have 100 values, is that like efficient?
Okay, this algorithm is efficient. You are asking that.
So can you repeat?
You are asking whether this algorithm is efficient or not. Is it?
Yes, sir. So because we are running the loop 100 times.
Yeah. So the idea is that very good question from your side related to efficiency of the algorithm. Uh, so see, the idea is that if the maximum value is somewhere at the last, so we have to run it. What you say that uh, if we have 10 lakh number, we have to run loop 10 lakh times. And every time I run the loop, it takes some time. So 10 lakh times, if I run the loop, definitely it will take time. So in terms of efficiency, definitely it is not that much efficient. See, single loop is still better. Loop within loop is worse. That all you will study later on, like big O and big O n square, all that, what it means and all that. But now, for now, you can go with this. At
Okay,
your
sir.
level, you can go with this because there are several mathematical techniques wherein we can improve this performance. We can have much more efficient algorithms to find the largest price. That all we will discuss later on.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Yeah, right now, so we are discussing in such a way that okay, this interesting problem we had, we made a basic algorithm to it, and we implemented the flowchart for it.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Isn't it? Yeah, nice. So this is the idea. Now please look at it carefully and take your time. If you let me know if you have any thing to discuss because this is a very important steps which we are following and this graph flow chart.
So for arrays, we are essentially taking one variable which will carry all the values.
Yeah, that is right.